Hello, my name's Auntie Eva, and today I'm excited to share a story called Farlon. And this is written by Coby, who's 11. And this story won him the place as one of the finalists in the Create My Book Challenge 2024. Well done, Coby. I can't wait to share your story. Legend spoke of a guardian, a creature with immense power, who guards the main jewel's castle. This is owned by a powerful god named Lyle. Not far from the castle is a land called Farlon and is home to a pure-hearted boy named Jet, who believes in immense magic and mythical creatures. But not all mythical creatures are good. As the treacherous fiery night sky settles for the night, Jet's dad tells him about many creatures that lurk around the castle. Son, you should never go near the castle. It's filled with dangerous mythical creatures, spoke Jet's dad curiously. Then Jet fell asleep. He woke up in the morning to a treacherous crash down the main road. Many people ran to the jewels that were supposed to be stored in a safe glass box on a stand. But it had a hole in it, and now it was gone. Oh no, mumbled Jet under his breath. The jewels have been stolen. Later that day, all the townspeople gathered in the church for a meeting. The jewels are gone, said the priest, with a nerve bubbling up in his stomach. We need someone who is brave and worthy to return the valuable jewels to where they belong, said the priest once more. Lots of people raised their hands to do the job. But to change many people's minds, the priest continued, if you are worthy to return them, you will have to face a long and dangerous journey. Instantly, everyone put their hands down. Everyone except Jet. He believed that he was brave enough to return them. As the priest saw everyone put their hands down besides Jet, the priest looked worried. A child travelling a long journey, it will end bad for the child's, the priest thought. Since no one else was volunteering, the priest agreed to let him retrace the jewels, but with a strong man named Lard to protect him from lurking danger. Once Jet and Lard packed their centuries' worth of food, they set travelling. First they travelled through trees as big as a skyscraper, then across boulders that felt like crumbling cake. Finally, after hours of travelling, they arrived at the Lake of Death, a lake with such deadly acids that any life that went within 100 metres of it would die. Of course, the two legends had air masks, so they continued their fateful journey. Soon they were on their way to Picksville, which was on the way to the castle. They passed huge mud mountains and big bugs and animals. Soon they arrived at Picksville, home to thousands of pixies. There are two heroes, slept and gained superpowers for the tough journey ahead. Jet's skills with a mysterious sword, which can be a normal sword, or it can transform into a mighty sword that can shoot lightning and fire and lots of other stuff. Lard, on the other hand, had a flail which was plain. The basic idea is a wooden stick with a circular ball attached to the stick with a chain, so you can swing it round and round. Later they thanked the pixies and went on. As they walked further away from the mythical world, It grew colder and colder. The further they travelled, the colder it got. So soon, no longer after they had left, they came to a colossal mountain, home to two trickety-tolls, Bash and Clash. "Who enters the mountain of Thandor?" boomed the trickety-trolls. "Me, a worth, pure-hearted kid named Jet," said Jet confidently. Seconds later, the trolls started powerfully throwing snowballs at Jet and Lard. It got so bustling that Jet and Lard had to engulf themselves in complete snow to camouflage from the trickety trolls. "How are we going to escape the trolls?" explained Lard. "We will commando crawl to the other side of the mountain. Then we will take a long and dangerous hike to the top of the mountain to see how far we are away from the main Jules Castle," whispered Jet. "Okay," said Lard. "Sounds like a plan." So the two heroes set off, climbing up the mountain, one step at a time. A short while after they set off climbing up the mountain, they stopped to admire the view. And that's when they saw the devastating main Jules Castle. It was big, and it had lava surrounding it, and was guarded by... Jet could see the guards. They were two mythical creatures standing outside the trapdoor. "Pass me the binoculars," hissed Jet nervously. Lard immediately rummaged around in his bag and pulled out a pair of binoculars. He passed them to Jet and scanned the horizon for danger. Then he pierced his eyes towards the guard dog's name tag. One was called DD Demon Dog and the other Jules Ghost. "We better get going," said Lard, shuffling down. They were at the bottom of the hill. Lard and Jet began travelling the 10 kilometres to get to the castle. Hours later they arrived, trying to consistently camouflage themselves into the surroundings as they got near to it. "How are we going to get in?" complained Lard. "I have an idea," said Jet excitedly. Then he pulled out his mighty sword. "What I'll do is paralyse the guards so they can't move with my mighty sword. Then we will swiftly walk into the castle, pushing the guards into the lava on the way." "Got it," said the Jet impatiently. "Okay," said Lard thankfully. Immense minutes passed as they waited nervously until one of the guards finally turned their head. And then Jet shot a colossal amount of paralysation shockwave at the demon dog and Jewel Ghost. After a couple of minutes of impatient waiting, Jet whispered, "Let's go." So they ran through the trapdoor that was lying down and blocking the lava, and both stood behind one guard each. "On the count of 3, we will push the guards into the lava," said Jet, half excitedly, half nervous. 1, 2, 3. The two heroes kicked the creatures into the forbidden lava, never to be seen again. As they trudged on through the bridge, trailing to the castle entrance, memories flowed back like the flowing lava. Jet being picked to retrace the jewels, meeting Lard, the pixie and the trickety trolls, and many other things. Soon they arrived at the castle entrance. Big, towering doors opened slowly with a tiny creak. Jet and Lard lurched forward into the dark and gloomy castle. As they walked down the castle hallway, looking for any sign of the jewels, the floorboards squeaked noisily, with no patience for people. As Jet was studying the pictures on the hallway walls, he saw a picture of jewels, but not just any jewels, the jewels that had been stolen. The picture of the jewels had a red line drawn down the centre of it, and then they saw the god Lyle sitting on his throne like a king, with the priceless jewels sitting on a pillow next to him. So, to make a long story short, Jet and Lard sliced Lyle's head off, then stole the jewels and marched out of the castle. Then they victoriously walked into the horizon on their way back to their hometown. But something was watching him as they travelled. Dot, dot, dot. Thank you for sharing your story with us, Coby. Well done. Thanks for listening.